naman natin na talaga may difficulty even before the Scarborough Shoal incident, na kung saan nagdeklara People's Republic of China na meron pa tayong slide nung 9-dash line dyan. Meron kasing nilabas noong 2009, alam na natin lahat yun yung 9-dash line. Di ba? Ang problema nung 9-dash line, parang arguably, minimum 3 nung 9, ang tinutukuyan o nilapitan yung ating coastline. Actually, kung titignan mo sa mapa, depende sa scale, parang 4 pa nga. No? So, nagdeklara sila ganun publicly. Alam naman po natin sa China, yung face, napaka-importante. Okay. So, pakitingnan lang po yung mapa, no? Yung lahat ito, dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kulang to. Teka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. May isa pa dito sa taas. Ay, sorry. Meron pa pala dito sa taas. Pero yung nakapaligid sa ating baybayin, 1, 2, pero dito sa Palawan, 3. Tsaka lampas dito kapraso. Laki mo ako konti, scale. Sorry, 4 pala, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, paano ba yung magko-conform sa UNCLOS? Paano ba atrasan yung binigkasta nila na hindi sila mapapahiya? At alam natin from the start ito, difficulty. So, klinaklaro natin sa kanila, walang intensyon na walang intensyon, for instance, yung Philippine Navy vessel na mission niya specifically, puntaan yung Scarborough Shoal. Papunta po yung Del Pilar sa pwede bang urong mapa konti dito? Anyway, dito parte na sa ating eastern coastline sa bandang northern Luzon kung saan inaasahan yung North Korea na stage of the rocket babaksak. So magbabantay doon. Papunta dyan, nasabihan ng isang Philippine Navy na aircraft na may na-spot na mga fishing vessels dyan at part of their duty also is to enforce ang maritime laws. Tinignan, in-inspect, nakita nga lahat ito endangered species na pareho po tayo ng China, signatory to a convention called CITES on endangered species. At palagay mo nakita ninyo yung mga litrato nito mga endangered species na na-harvest ka dyan. So, part of our job is to protect our patrimony. So, ang point ngayon, in fairness to China, and in our case also, yung Philippine Navy vessel has been withdrawn for quite a number of days already, parang pagkarating ng Coast Guard to, again, de-escalate the situation. Today, pinalitan yung 003 na vessel ng Coast Guard with 002. Yung we don't have replenishment at sea capabilities, kailangan siya bumalik to refuel and to take on provisions like water. So 002 will maintain station to assert our sovereignty over the Scarborough Shoal, which is, just to be sure, this is Scarborough Shoal. It's about 160 from our coastline, which is well within the 200-mile exclusive economic zone. Pero yung nga problema, yung 9-dash line is, that's not the closest nga pala. In these areas in Palawan, recto is about 80, recto dito. There are service contracts 3 and 4 that they have objected to, which is parang 40 and 60, 30 or 60 miles from Palawan. Yan.
So, sir, given that this is the situation, and given that you mentioned po, sir, that we try to protect our patrimony and the endangered species within our shores, but...
fishery laws also.
Yes, sir, but if you think about it, no arrests were made, and these illegally collected items were not confiscated. So, would you say po, sir, that it was advantageous to us what occurred in that shoal?
Mas maganda ba sa'yo, Joanna, na padala natin lahat ng maritime vessels natin noon, prevent yung Chinese maritime surveillance vessels that are unarmed, and force China to react by sending their own military forces? So would escalation serve the national interest?
You're saying po, sir, that we prevented an incident from occurring, a much worse incident. From escalating.
So I'll go back, no? Would you want to escalate the situation? Yun lang naman ang tanong eh.
Sir, in answer to that question, what is the way forward, and how do we prevent such an incident from occurring again?
We have been trying to get, parang ASEAN involved in this. We're exploring through the DFA 6 from the start, no, nagkaroon tayo nung incident sa Recto Bank. 6 particular methods. Unfortunately, I think about 4 of them need China's acquiescence for us to get to that fora to resolve the dispute. We're still engaging all the claimant parties, including China, to resolve these differences. Pero this is an issue that started in the 70s when I was still in the grade school. No? And it has, shall we say, become complicated further by the 9-dash theory of China. 2009 lang yun. So it's still a work in progress. We're trying to come up with a code of conduct that unfortunately still is a subject matter for discussion. 2002 naman nag-umpisa yung discussions on the code of conduct.
Okay, sir. I think somebody will be following up.
Sir, next is JV Arsena of Radio City.
Sir, follow-up lang po sa Scarborough issue, sir. How do you plan to escalate po the tensions sa Scarborough? Will you bring it po sa ASEAN or sa UN po?
Well, yun ang point, Sa atin, yung ating munang actions. Palagay ko, yung unang vessel that we had at the area was a Philippine Navy vessel. And as soon as possible, we dispatched a Coast Guard vessel, which is, as you know, a civilian component. It is under the DOTC. It's not even a DND attached entity or agency, just to demonstrate that we want to de-escalate the situation. Let me emphasize, to de-escalate the situation. We are in constant touch. Pag sinasabi ko, it was reported kasi that I had an occasion to talk to the Ambassador Ma. I haven't talked to Ambassador Ma. It was always through the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. And right now, since the Secretary of Foreign Affairs is in America for various conferences that have been previously scheduled, it's Yusek Linda Basilio who will be talking to Ambassador Ma this afternoon. So we're continuing that dialogue. We haven't stopped exploring all of the other avenues. We have raised our points during the last ASEAN summit regarding this. And we are still steadfast that we have 2 missions. One, not to escalate the situation, and 2, to protect our sovereignty.
Sir, nagsimula na po yung balikatan exercises ng government at saka US ngayon, and there are some claims na that the balikatan exercises were moved earlier because of the standoff sa Scarborough.
Let me get back to you on that. I'll have to check now. All of these are scheduled way ahead. At saka parang napaka walang pakinabang sa atin na sa panahon na de-escalate natin, maglalagay pa tayo ng potential na irereklamo ng kabilang panig.
Hindi ho ba nababahala or the government po ba ay handa naman po in case na ma-provoke po yung China dito nga sa balikatan exercise sa West Philippines?
Well, we have been ready to protect our sovereignty to the limits of our capabilities. But again, I will appeal to all of you. Wala yung, paano ko mas tinate nung araw? Maski na boxing laban sa China, 1.3 billion sila, 95 million tayo. So, maski piti ka ng ilong. No. So, ano ba pakinabang natin? Na idrama natin itong palalain yung sitwasyon na nangyari para galitin ang bawat isa na humantong doon. Paalala ko rin sa inyo, sa Saligang Batas, we renounce war as an instrument of national policy. And I am bound to follow that.
Sir, isang last question po. Amid this Scarborough issue po, isa po sa mga problema ng Pilipinas ngayon ay yung kawalan po ng ambassador to China. Will you consider po to nominate a different or more acceptable ambassador to China, considering po na 3 beses na pong na-reject ng Commission on Appointments si Ginong Domingo?
And I expect a resolution soon on that matter, perhaps earlier than previously planned.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, the last question will come from Christine Avendaño of the Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Sir, just a follow-up to JV's question on the ambassador of China. So you're saying that it's under consideration yung likelihood that you'll appoint someone else other than Mr. Lee,
yes.
Domingo Lee?
That's a possibility, a distinct possibility.
Okay, and so you're gonna make a new appointment in a few days, or?
Teka muna. Christine, kakatarong lang, you consider. Tapos ngayon, I'm appointing somebody else already. Can I finish my considerations before I appoint somebody?
Pero it's out of, that consideration is, ano yung reason for that, sir?
Well, primarily, we have to listen to the wisdom also of the Commission on Appointments. No? Yung specifically one member there, no? Are there grounds for it? As the situation changed, that changes also the parameters of the ambassador we need in China. He was appointed a year ago and the considerations were different. Yung ngayon, we have a Scarborough Shoal incident and there are other issues. Does he possess the necessary skills, no, to be able to help us navigate this treacherous water at this point in time?
You said, sir, yung situation ngayon, it's a work of progress, yung the discussions. So how would you describe yung situation? Has tension eased somehow, sir?
Can you repeat the question? How will I describe?
The situation right now, because you said it's a work in progress, yung the negotiations. So somehow ba na-eased ba yung tension after last week?
Importante, nag-uusap tayo. Mas mahirap kung di na tayo nag-uusap. And there is a quote from, I think, it's attributed to Churchill. Manolo, are you present? It is? Better now to Joe than to war. And that might be a flippant way of saying it. Pero the minute nga tumigil kayo na usapan, we are still in constant touch with them. We are still clarifying, parang stressing and clarifying and reiterating our respective positions. And also the idea of, again, in fairness to them, no, what they've said has been an fisheries vessel, either maritime surveillance vessels that are not armed. And we have responded in turn that as soon as we could replace the Philippine Navy vessel, we have made the intention clear that we will transfer it to a civilian unarmed vessel, in the Coast Guard vessel. So, again, sa akin, I'm hopeful na reasonable people I'd see as can come up with a situation that will resolve the situation.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Reyna?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon.